You should be able to hear me right now. Okay, everyone, we are ready. This is deathmatch Wololo Ho Ho. For today's game, we got Highlander versus D1sturbedCho. So, without further ado, we can go.
Yes.
And let's go, everyone. So, I am not very familiar with the deathmatch community members, but I have seen both of these names. At least Highlander, I have seen him the most, so I believe he must be experienced, right? Hopefully he is. And we are starting off as Chang. Both players getting very close, actually. We can see Highlander starting off on the top side, on the right side, like at 2. Very close to D1sturbedCho. Cho being at 4. Both players starting with a lot of the town centers and starting off with some cavalry. D1sturbedCho starting off with some cavalry right off the bat, so very quickly offensive starting off for these players. We can see both of them started to spread out very nicely. They set a paint. You probably think they're on the opposite side, like for example, he's at 2 and he's at 2, and you can see both players kind of standing on the opposite direction. So they're gonna be a matter of time because they realize that that's not the case. And right now we see Highlander as well starting off with some cavalries on his side. First cavalry already started for D1sturbedCho. We can see he's going to start off with some cavalry here, so we're gonna get a cataphract war at the beginning of this fight. I fear they will eventually switch off to something like ballista or catapults, but we are about to see. Oh, we can see Cho already getting some siege workshop on his base, getting some house on the very back, and we can see a mold paint, some more stables on this side as well, and a town center on this side. So he probably realized that the enemy is not here, so starting to get some more economy on this side, which is not a bad idea. Some towers to get some terrain on his side. Plenty of cataphracts, villagers being destroyed. This is too early in the game, so losing villagers at this early of the game is not very ideal. You can see getting plenty of units going up right now, with switching off to some ranges as well, so cataphracts not gonna be enough alone by themselves. On this side we can see plenty of horse archers, so of ranges. So horse archers is the name of the game right off for Highlander. Siege is the name of the game for D1sturbedCho. So you can see plenty of Q, having some helepolis and side chariots mixed together. On the side of Highlander we see horse archers, side chariots, and cataphracts. So we're not yet going for the siege game right now. Oh my god, that's a lot of cataphracts going on this side, which is not really a lot of to do here. Like, I don't know why they're going here. The base is here, and I think he's gonna realize just now that the base is on this side. We can see more towers going up. This is a little hole that you can probably patch up with some. Oh, he patched that up with some towers. A very expensive patching, but it's a patch after all. At the end of the day, we can see the side chariots are coming on this side, so kind of moving to the other side, trying to not get the get all the terrain that he can. D1sturbedCho not letting Highlander get any of the terrain he wants to get, so he's trying to get all the sides, starting to get the houses on the top side. That's very big problem. Both players, you can see the housing problem of Highlander will be big once the numbers start to reduce. The helepolis are being picked up very badly. I can see getting some nice shots right now. Very nice shots from the Highlander, cleaning up those cataphracts and those side chariots. So the base is going to be clean on this side. On the bottom side we see side chariots and cataphracts and helepolis cleaning up very swiftly all this paint of horse of ranges, and probably soon the stables. A lot of towers coming for the side, but unfortunately it seems it's not going out very well for Highland. Highlander 80 population against 188 population of D1sturbedCho, so over 100 pop in advantage right now. Highlander getting some helepolis on his own and getting some horse archers to support his base, but at the same time I can see there's plenty of catching up to do. There's a lot of population getting up to the 100 population right now, but plenty of cataphracts and getting all the buildings that he's getting the towers as well. Helepolis coming to support his way. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Still got plenty of map controls, so I don't think he's gonna call it just yet. Some stone throwers have been thrown, catapults have been added to the mechs. You can see he's gonna try to get some faster cleanup on the cataphracts. Let's see if that pays off. On this side we still see plenty of cataphracts going on this side, so I think this is more of a cleanup work rather than actually trying to get kills. The horse archers being picked off very badly. You can see 3 horse archers against 5, 2 cataphracts. More pump coming up, but And still the cataphracts are big time. More villagers coming this side to get more terrain. And on this side we can see there's already Highlander already getting some siege on his side, but unfortunately it seems he's barely holding himself on the ground, and he cannot afford to lose siege right now. 118 population for Highlander against 200 population for DisturbedCho. So keeping himself in the game, but not winning, not reaching out to DisturbedCho's population just yet. The horse archers being melted away by the cataphracts. The cataphracts being too strong. Remember that these horse archers do not have the freaking alchemy upgrade, so unfortunately they take only 5 points of damage instead of 6, which on the long run, you can see it really shows up. More siege coming up, but he has switched on to full side chariots right now, so side chariots are gonna be the best call against the siege. He has some cataphracts to support himself, but unfortunately he's losing way too much siege. And look at all this siege that DisturbedCho has right here. This is hardly gonna go anywhere, and it's gonna clean up the cataphract very nicely. It doesn't matter if it hits his own side chariots. After all, they are considered a trash unit. But these catapults getting their job done very nicely and cleaning up the cataphracts. Look at it, little by little, getting all the numbers on his favor. Cataphracts, unfortunately, not getting a lot of the siege that should be. Well, okay, he got a lot of siege, but still plenty of coming. 200 population for Cho against 112 population, and we can see desperate situation. Look at, he's switching to scouts, not even side chariot. I don't know if that's a misclick, but I don't think it is because of the number. So he's gonna go scouts and horse archers. So you can see Highlander feeling the pressure right now of all the side chariots and the DisturbedCho is doing on him. Right now I don't see much aggression going on this side. It looks like the aggression has been cleared out a bit and everything has calmed down. You can see these little peace moments helped to catch on the number of population. We can see 150 population for Highlander against 184. DisturbedCho we can see going full siege, pure catapult. I only see catapults on his queue, more villagers, so we can see he's gonna start to get a lot more of his economy going off. He probably only 250 food in the bank. You can see he really fell short on that part, and he's gonna try to catch on that. So let's see if that's gonna be an deciding factor for the attack of Highlander. Right now Highlander kind of trying to push forward, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be going anywhere. And unfortunately, when these catapults get all together, it's gonna be even harder for him to come back of it. These catapults, 12 range, and these towers, they're not even ballista towers, only 10 range, so they're not gonna be able to do anything on this side. Towers coming on this side, DisturbedCho gaining some terrain, putting some towers off his own. He's gonna try to pick up this gold, which is a very good call. Gold, it's an important source, and coming off in this deathmatch. And you want to try to get all the golds on the map. That's the reason why you have explore map. Holy shit, what even happened here? Horse archers going for a raid from the looks of it. Very nice play from the Highlander, getting the picks on the villagers. He saw that the economy was growing, so he started to get villagers to pick up the enemy. And it looks like that's paying off. He's getting a lot of builds. He cleared all this place and the siege. Trying to catch on, but this is the fastest units in the game, so it's gonna take some time for him to do it. But look at it. Very, very nice cleanup going up of here. In the meantime, we see, unfortunately, that he's losing terrain on this side. He should try to get some catapults on his own. He's getting catapults on his own, but unfortunately, let's see if he can get it on time to defend himself. Side chariots being added again, so little by little catching on his economy. 125 population for Highlander against 185, so 60 difference. You can see the numbers are kind of closing in. A lot of siege coming off of this side, so starting off more and more cleanup from DisturbedCho, and Highlander keeping himself in the game, getting some nice micro going there. Oh, go getting two catapults down, but cleaning up all this mess. So that's a good thing. It's a little too close to the towers, though. These towers should not be reaching these catapults at all, but they are reaching them. And more towers coming on the defense. So getting some more defense on his line right now, even though he's losing a lot of units and a lot of villagers. More catapults, more ballista, full siege going for Highlander on DisturbedCho's side, full siege as well. So little by little we can see, even on the map, even though he's holding pretty well, little by little Cho is getting the map on his side, cleaning up the bottom side as well, with some getting the ranges, and little by little he's gonna be designing factors. This is gonna get cleaned up if he doesn't pay attention, and looks like Highlander is gonna lose part of his economy. I don't think he can afford it. We can see numbers are climbing back up in favor of Cho. 110 population for Highlander against 218 population for DiSturbedCho. So DiSturbedCho holding his advantage very nicely, and Highlander unfortunately not being able to do much against it right now. So even though this is a very nice defense, unfortunately it looks like a matter of time. He was able to pull the villagers by the looks of it, but there's nowhere else to run. He's trapped in this corner, and you can see he's feeling the pressure. 34 idle villagers against 5 idle villagers. Considering the population, we can see the score is in big favor. Let's see how many villagers they have real quick. Yeah, 180 villagers for DiSturbedCho against 120. And while I was looking, Highlander calls it. Very nice first game. Both players using the advantages of the Shang very nicely, and it was a very nice game too. A good thing to start off. So starting off, let's go. You already saw this. We were watching this while they called the game. The kills, you can see very balanced. 486 population kills against 433. Interesting to see DiSturbedCho focus along the racings, which I think it was an deciding factor. Getting a lot of the ranges, and then the stables and the towers with all the siege was little by little piling up. And look at the difference. Over 60 buildings being destroyed from Highlander. So it seemed like it did matter at the end of the day. Also the gold collected, very high difference. So he was able to build a lot of siege from later on. You can see the timeline kind of spiking left and right. Highlander holding his line. However, at the end, unfortunately, he was very cornered on his point. That's a very nice first game. Let's go to game 2. Shall we? Sí me escucho, ¿verdad? Sí. And the first score goes for DiSturbedCho on the left side. Score. Let's see, everyone, who's gonna be the next one. Commander, no, isn't it? There we go. Let's go game 2. Remember, this is best of 5. That's how we do it on deathmatch. So let's see what we do on this one. Yes, we are ready. Yes. Game 2, everyone. Yes. Yes, we'll have fun. And the deathmatch is live with the game 2 starting off now with Assyrian. Very nice choice of civilizations in my opinion, with Shang and then Assyrian. It's like those kind of ships that have kind of a mixed bag of units. Like in the situation of Assyria, we can see usually go horse archers, and they have a full line of siege and even the legions. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna do. They don't have side chariot, they only have chariot, but they have very good chariot archers. Let's see if they even get into play. For now, we see on the right side DiSturbedCho getting right off the bat with the barracks. So look at like Legion is gonna be the game for this time. On the left side, we can see starting to move off just yet. This is getting one barracks on the top side. So we little by little is gonna be a barracks Legion war for a non-Legion civilization, which is interesting to see. We're gonna see they're probably gonna switch off to siege afterwards, very likely. Let's see how long it will take for each player though. We can see for now DiSturbedCho starting off. Plenty of barracks on his base and a nice little paint on this side. Gonna be very hidden. Unfortunately, I think this is completely walled off, so they're gonna come to this side and find themselves with a bunch of barracks from the enemy of Highlander. A tower trying to go up. Unfortunately, villagers are gonna get picked up, which is very soon in the game. We don't want that. Tower is up though, and we got the ballista tower already defending the very nice position. Barracks being quick while with barracks to get himself some time, so he's probably feeling the pressure that he was not ready for this attack just yet. And the barracks are here now, and he's getting some time and damage with the ballista tower. Very nice play. I know villagers starting off in this side. He's probably trying to build the barracks right here, and he's not allowed to. Siege workshop on this side. DisturbedCho getting a lot of siege workshop very close to the enemy. So unfortunately, it looks like he's being it's gonna be a very hard call for Highlander to defend himself from. Trying to get some towers to hold himself on the line. But unfortunately, Legion versus Legion, it's a very slow fight, and they need something to support themselves. And DisturbedCho one step ahead, putting the siege and the full, the catapults and the helepolis on his side, and we can see little by little the damage coming very rightly. The Legions are messing up big time for DisturbedCho, and siege is coming from this side as well. But unfortunately, it seems it's might be a little too late for now, at least. He has plenty of units painting on this side as well. Many barracks, tower, and more siege workshops. So this side might be losing some time, but might be only to get some time while he's trying to get a true offense on this side. Because right now, plenty of villagers and more siege coming up. Remember, these are fully upgraded catapults and helepolis. Heavy catapult and helepolis with +2 range and +1 attack. Very dangerous to deal with. And the legions of this Assyrian do not have any shield at all. Even though they have a shield drawn right here, they do not have any shield at all. You can get up to 3 points of shield, but Assyrians are not gonna get any, so they get plenty of damage from the towers and from the siege. This catapult going to their death, very horrible death, going in front of the enemy. More barracks on this side, not much production going on. Plenty, our units are sneaking in. Looks like they can get it from this side, unfortunately. Very dangerous situation. Getting into the economy of Highlander. Highlander on a tough spot. Having some buildings right here. Patricia, thank you for a like. Unfortunately, seems like DisturbedCho have the advantage big time for this fight, unfortunately. Looks like this is going little by little in favor of DisturbedCho. The units being able to mass him till I don't see any mass at all from Highlander, and we can see already he has a full line of siege protecting his legions while the legions move forward. Unfortunately, more villagers coming in there. Holy shit, dude. Very nice shot from Highland, getting like 12 villagers. 44 population from Highlander against 200 population from DisturbedCho. It's very, very defiant game from what we saw in last game. Was too strong. DisturbedCho with combination of legions and heavy catapults and helepolis. Very, very nice game from this side. Looks like he got a bit of guard. I thought that he was not able to get through here, but looked like he was, and you can see the units were getting to this side. The very dangerous thing, he was getting the economy. You can see no economy done in this side. There was no one working on the gold, no one working on the farms or anything. Look at on the other hand from this side, we can see plenty of units, a lot of farms already working on wool and goods. So we can see the difference in economy was pretty deciding. Who is disturbed? I don't know. He was written on the... He was invited, but I don't know who he is. Like, as a player. But I assume he's from the deathmatch servers. So looking at the economy real quick, we can see the kills 335 for DisturbedCho, 187 for Highlanders. So very different. Almost double the kills for DisturbedCho. Buildings as well, just pretty strong buildings considering the full line of siege. Siege just melting away those buildings like butter. Economy also very decisive. Double the population for gold for DisturbedCho, and even gold. Highlander was not able to mine any gold on this game. Very quick game as we can see. Only 8 minutes or 9 minutes. Let's go, everyone. Game 2. That was game 2. Let's go for game 3. Will Highlander be able to catch up, or is DisturbedCho gonna 3-0 his opponent? Let's find out, everyone. Highlander DiSturbedCho, and we're going. So a spectator, data.
Yes.
Okay, third time the charm. DiSturbedCho 2-0.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes.
Let's see a comeback from Highlander for now. It's time. Looks like the deathmatch is live. Starting off, Minoan. Ooh, I think it's the first time we see Minoan this time. We got at 9 DiSturbedCho. Starting off, well, I think they all start the same, so there's not pretty much to say something different. So what can I say about the Minoan? So you know Minoan compis are very strong house. However, I don't see them as much. Like you usually see the stronger Siege, which is a full line as well, similar to the Assyrians. And they usually also go with Centurions, which is the barracks. Okay. Okay, I am missing something, I guess. Barracks from Minoan. Maybe I am missing something, Minoan. So they got long swordsmen from the Minoan. That's the very first time I have seen them being used, honestly. And looks like they're gonna be played long swordsman. Very interesting. I have never seen a long swordsman from Minoan being played out. Usually it's like Centurion and then with the Siege. So I'm thrilled that, and they both started with the same time. So it seems like it's more a meta play than I used to believe. The Raiders, they switch off to the Highland, to the Siege workshop. Both players by the looks of it. So it looks like they're gonna start off some long swordman as the opening move, and then some Siege as the main force. You can see the Siege numbers. Very big, very lot of buildings being built up for here. Lots of Leopolis being built in this side. A paint being cleared out, the villagers being down. This is one of the things that killed this Highlander in the previous game. So this is a very good thing that he picked up early on. Let's see how it's gonna play out. The swordsmen are coming though, and he needs to be ready because looks like right now the Siege is coming as well for DiSturbedCho. We can see population kind of behind for DiSturbedCho. 60 population against 80 population from Highlander. Highlander keeping up his hand, and once he clears this up, he's gonna be full on to get onto DiSturbedCho. DiSturbedCho kind of trying to do a hugging move on this side. We can see getting some long swordsmen moving again, but there's just a lot of swordsmen going on this side. Even though, now that I see it, this is a full line of infantry. They only don't have the counter upgrade. What do you call it? The Legion upgrade. So it's not a bad pick now that I see it. This is coming in the end. Fast early production is hard to counter. Yeah. Now that I see it, it's the first time because I usually start with Centurions. Well, it's interesting to see that they didn't even look at the Centurions. Like they started off with this lone swordsman, even though Centurion was better. But I can understand why. Centurion is an expensive unit. Starting off, lots of units being killed off. It looked like Highlander was not paying that much of attention. Siege is coming though. This is definitely more Siege from from Highlander than DiSturbedCho. So let's see if he's able to catch up. It's a very small gap that he's gonna get into. The catapults getting a lot of value. You can see one catapult going down only. Look at all the corpses that the catapult that he's getting from Highlander. Highlander getting a lot of deaths in this side, unfortunately. Highlander moving up. He's getting his swordsman up on this side. So now he's doing a little pull. So he's gonna start to regroup. Very nice play. He can get, the more you get, the more damage you will do. So starting off a second time, moving up little by little, trying to do some little dances by the looks of it, trying to get some kills. The Helepolis being the main damage on this unit. You can see this is a lot of value. Right? He should try to put something on this side because I think he's losing a lot of unit. He still has plenty of unit on this side. You can see population 131 for Highlander against 170 with DiSturbedCho. So even though Highlander got the early advantage, looked like DiSturbedCho was able to catch on and getting his damage done, unfortunately. Let's see how will he be able to catch on. Hopefully Highlander can do something about sending his unit like this. It's just a dead center, unfortunately. You can see they're not even able to reach the Siege, just feeding that score counter, unfortunately. You can see, let's see how he's gonna move next now though. No more Legion from I see from this Highlander. Highlander going full siege. Looks like he's running out of gold. He's having a gold problem. And the longswordmen, these are not Legions. Longswordmen are moving in and they're picking off the Helepolis. And look at the siege coming this side. Very strong siege on this side. Definitely good shots. Only look at this. Only 2 catapults down. Only 2 catapults of down for this massive corpses. I think that's a very good trade, and now we start to see a cleanup coming from the side of Highlander. So Highlander getting, unfortunately, getting on a tight point again, getting some towers, but these are Minoan high towers are not very good. They're just sentry towers, and that's the most you will get. Only 5 points of damage. They against 3 Pierce armor, this will just do 2 points of damage. So you will see that this is there's a lot of way to damage to do. And I see a GG from DoCxHoliDaY. So Highlander looks like he's gonna call it any second now. It seems very different game from what we saw. From what I expect, I thought that Highlander was gonna get a good had a good start. It seemed definitely had a good start, starting off with a lot more units. Unfortunately, it seems like he was getting he was picked off in some moment. Like I saw when he started to move all his unit forwards and starting to get all the deaths. That was a pretty bad move in my opinion, and that's what probably got him a little behind in the population count. But who knows? It's very easy to just say from this side. We can see the kills, double the kills. This DoCxHoliDaY getting 410 kills, again 2-1-2 from Highlander. So we can see the longswordmen were fed big time, as you saw in the previous a few moments ago. Just the catapults getting big shots on these longswordmen. On the economy, we see 141 villagers again, 105. So very close economy in my opinion. Not that far behind considering. And they were almost on the same pot count. And last but not least, the timeline. We can see a little spike that was in favor of Highlander, that it was coming. I thought it was gonna come this way, like he was going down, and then one good move and it started to balance for DoCxHoliDaY little by little until he was able to completely swirl Highlander. I think the move for that getting full siege on this side, like that full siege here, was very devastating. We can see Highlander was getting his number, but in this gap was very dangerous. He should have put, in my opinion, he should have moved this with some swordsmen and well, and he would have been able to push through this side. But again, it's easy to say, like more barracks on this side would have been a good factor to help him push. The swordsman could have arrived here, and like a bunch of swordsmen could have easily cleaned this up. But it is what it is, and it was a good game. Very well played from both Highlander and DoCxHoliDaY. And for now, it's gonna be a 3-0 for DoCxHoliDaY. So that means he is gonna be the next one. For now, I think there was another game going. I have to confirm. If not, I think that's gonna be it for today, everyone. I don't see more games in here. So until then, if there are no more games, I think I will see you until the next one, everyone.